Welcome to your daily 5-minute crypto brief with Satoshi and Nova. Today is July 3rd, 2025. I am Nova.
I am Satoshi. So, kicking things off with let's say, the crypto pulse. Bitcoin. It's consolidating, right, around $108,000. Analysts are pointing to a bull flag pattern forming. Now, for anyone maybe less familiar, that's usually a sign the price might keep going up after a pause.
Exactly. It suggests, pause before potentially another leg higher. It shows conviction.
And how significant is it that Ethereum is actually doing better than Bitcoin right now? It surged over 7% to $2,580.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And we're seeing other big ones like Binance Coin, Solana. They're climbing too.
It is significant. What's really striking, I think, is the return of retail appetite for risk. You can really see it. Look at the meme coins, Doge, Shiba Inu spiking 6-7%. And then the newer ones, PEPE, Flackrai, AUEF. I mean, jumping an incredible 10 to 17% in just one day.
Wow.
Yeah, this resurgent meme coin sentiment is quite something. There's even data showing whales, large investors, are accumulating PEPE. That signals confidence. So if you tie it all together, it really looks like the bulls are in charge for now, pushed along by good macro news and, well, positive developments generally.
Okay, so let's unpack those macro factors.
Yeah.
What's the big economic news driving this? I saw the latest U.S. labor market data. The ADP report showed private employers actually shed 33,000 jobs in June. That was totally against forecast, wasn't it?
Yep.
First drop since March 2023. So what's that mean for the Fed?
Well, that's a big piece of the puzzle. It definitely shifts expectations. Traders are now increasing their bets that the Fed will cut interest rates sooner rather than later. See, a cooling labor market gives the Fed sort of cover to ease up on the monetary tightening.
Right. And the idea of lower rates, more liquidity, that's almost always seen as bullish for assets like crypto.
Okay, makes sense. And related to that, maybe the U.S. dollar index, the DXY, it plunged.
It really did. Lowest in 3 years, dipped under 98.
And it formed that death cross I keep hearing about, the 50-day average crossing below the 200-day. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, the death cross. Well, technically, a weaker dollar usually helps things like Bitcoin. It boosts liquidity, makes BTC cheaper for foreign buyers. Historically, you often see dollar weakness line up with Bitcoin rallies. So, yeah, many see this slide as a green light for crypto. The thinking is, fiat is fading in terms of buying power.
But is it always that simple? Just dollar down, crypto up?
Well, that's the interesting part. History also shows that sometimes, maybe counterintuitively, that death cross on the DXY can actually mark a bottom for the dollar. So a sudden dollar rally could, put the brakes on the crypto excitement. Definitely something for you to watch closely. Got it. Okay, shifting gears a bit. What about industry news? Ripple made a pretty bold move, right? Applying for a U.S. national banking license and a Fed master account. That sounds huge.
It is a huge step. It's all about legitimizing crypto within the traditional U.S. banking framework. Definitely positive for XRP's perception, too. And speaking of regulatory wins, there was that landmark approval for Grayscale's Digital Large Cap Fund, the GDLC.
Ah, yes, converting to a spot ETF.
Exactly. And that's big news for you, the retail investor. It means one regulated product, easy to buy, that gives you diversified exposure. It's mostly Bitcoin, like 80%, but also includes Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, a whole basket.
And speaking of Solana, there was also the first Solana staking ETF, SSK. Launched on SIBO.
That's right. SSK had a pretty impressive first day, too, around $33 million in volume.
So what's the hook there? What makes it appealing?
Well, the interesting thing is it offers exposure not just to SOL's price, but also to the staking yield, which is around 7% currently. So you get the potential price appreciation plus yield from supporting the network, all in your regular brokerage account. Makes it much more accessible.
Right. You don't have to do the on-chain staking yourself.
Exactly. It lowers the barrier.
Okay, so lots of positive signals.
Yeah.
But we always need to talk risks.
Yeah.
With all these tailwinds, what should people be cautious about?
Definitely. Look, the short term looks pretty good structure-wise, macro-wise, but risks are always there. That potential dollar reversal we mentioned, that's a key one. Yeah. If the dollar suddenly strengthens, that could really cool things off.
Okay.
And then there's the speculation in meme coins. We have to mention that. It's pure hype-driven, extremely high risk. Yes, the returns can be massive, but the potential losses are just as steep. You need serious risk management.
Don't get over-leveraged.
Absolutely not. And you see things like Binance listing Impossible Cloud Network, ICNT, with 50x leverage on futures. It just highlights the potential for huge gains, but also, instant liquidation, extreme risk.
Yeah.
And of course, there are always event risks, like the official jobs report coming out or, any major geopolitical event. Things can turn fast.
So wrapping up as we head into July 2025, the feeling is kind of cautiously optimistic. Bitcoin's near highs, alts climbing, even meme coins are partying.
That's a good way to put it, cautious enthusiasm. For you listening, the real key is enjoying the potential upside, but being smart about managing the downside. And here's something to think about. Those very signals fueling the excitement now, like the weak dollar, historically they could actually signal a reversal is coming. So how do you balance that? That lure of quick gains versus disciplined long-term strategy? Keep a really close eye on those economic indicators, the dollar's trend. And remember, diversification, focusing on solid projects, that usually helps navigate these pretty dynamic markets. Enjoyed the brief? Please like and subscribe. We deliver fresh market updates, macro signals, and crypto news daily in just 5 minutes. Live streams coming soon. Stay tuned.